Okay guys, so this is the second part of your lesson on creating a nature space. So what we have here is three types of seeds. And this is just for fun. This is a chili seed and it's called basket of fire. This is a cornflower and this is a calendula seed. So these are two wildflowers that you can put into your nature space. This is just for you for fun in your house. These are, you're going to sow indoors and keep for a while. I'm going to show you how to sow them today. And you can see the seeds are quite cool because they're all very different shapes. Now, I've actually put some seeds for you, a couple of each kind, into these paper bags. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. So, I showed you last week how to make a paper pot. And this is what you're going to do. You get some soil. You're going to fill your paper pot with the soil, like so. Now, when you're filling your paper pot, you want to gently press the soil down with your finger. If you don't make sure that it's gently pressed down, when you water it, all the soil will just sink, okay? So you want to get it like nearly to the top, but you don't want it quite at the top, because if you fill it right up to the top, flush with this, when you water it, the water will pour out of the side. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your calendula seed and then you're just going to push it down very, very gently just underneath the surface of the soil. It doesn't have to be down too far, and that's your pot sown. Then you give it a little bit of water and you do the exact same thing for your cornflowers. So you're only sowing one seed in each pot. That's all you're sowing. So again, you're gently pushing it down with your finger. Not going too near the top. Get your little cornflower seed and then cover it over with a little bit of soil. You're not putting too much soil in there, okay? And then you can give it a gentle watering, very, very gentle. And then you can leave them maybe on a saucer and put them on the window and they will germinate. Now, when they germinate, they will produce shoots and they'll also produce roots. Now, this is a calendula seed and they should germinate maybe in a week or so. I'm going to keep that up near a window where it will get lots of light. If I don't put it near a window or on a windowsill that has lots of light on it, then what's going to happen is the seed will get very leggy. It will get very, very long, and that's not what you want. But eventually, it'll develop a really good root system, and then you can literally dig a hole in the ground and plant this whole pot into the hole. So it's great because you don't need plastic or anything. In terms of the chili seed, the first thing I want you to do is get the seed and put it into water and let it soak in the water overnight. Now it's stuck to my finger. Let's try and get it off my finger. There we go. Come on. There we go. So just let it soak in water overnight and that will actually hopefully speed up the process of that seed germinating. Then again, get a paper pot, go through the exact same process, and then what you can do is sit the paper pot on a radiator, and that will actually make the chili seed germinate much, much, much faster. The seeds take a very long time to germinate and a very long time to grow, so you have to be patient with it. It could take up to a month. Okay, so I'm going to drop these into reception. So if you, these will be sitting outside the school waiting for you to collect. So they're not going to be in the foyer, they'll just be in that little kind of intermediate section. So you don't actually have to go into the school, you won't be in the school. You have to go to the school and collect them, but you won't be going inside. Look for this box just by the where the gel is for your hands. Then only take one packet of seeds each, because I don't have enough for everybody. I just have one packet of seeds for 4D, which is the class that are doing this. I also will hopefully have a second envelope of soil just in case you don't have any. We are about to launch a competition, which is for a biodiversity champion challenge. You guys have got a bit of a head start, and we will have actually a lot more seed to collect in school very soon. But this is just a little start to make sure that you
Okay, guys, so when you sow your seed, so this is the seed underneath the soil here, when it germinates, it produces roots, which you can see here, and it produces shoots, which are the leaves it pushes above the soil. And those leaves are so important because the seed only has enough energy to push the leaves above the soil, the first shoot, the shoot, and then the shoot uses the sunlight's energy to make its own food. And that helps the plant to grow. And that process is called photosynthesis, which you'll have learned about in science. Now, sometimes one of the problems is that people will create a massive big hole in the pot, or a big hole right down to the bottom, and then they'll put the seed there. And then the seed germinates and it pushes out its root in the shoot, but they've buried the seed so far down that the seed can't push its leaves above the soil to get sunlight. So then it just dies down here. So never bury the seed too deep. Only bury it to twice its own depth. So if it's very small, you're just burying it to twice the depth here. Also, don't let it dry out. Like check on it once a week, and then you should be fine. So there's lots of wildflower seed that you can get online, and if you're interested, just send me a message. I can tell you, I'll give you the names of lots more. But there's like Nigella, there's cornflowers, red campion, corncockle or ragged robin, and yeah, you can order these online and you can start sowing them in your pots.